Okay, here's another League of Legends game coming your way, this time in the form of a replay as Fiddlesticks in the jungle. So the thing I have to point out here is we have some weird crap. First of all, it's AD Kennen of all things. I know his W got buffed recently so that I believe it has... I don't think the AD ratio was double, but it might have been. So we'll pull up the scoreboard here. I did not ever notice that it says right here we start with the commencing stopwatch, but yeah. So if you want to know my runes real quick, I am running Arcane, Comet, Nimbus Cloak, Celerity, and Gathering Storm. And then for my subtree I'm running the stopwatch, obviously, and then the 5% CDR across the board. So basically the idea is I want to use my summoners a lot more. So right off the bat you can already see they're looking to invade. I played with this Cade in the game before, fed extremely hard, so I know this is a weak lane to focus. She is going top because she adamantly wants an AD carry on the team. She picked that into Renekton, and yeah. So definitely glad I didn't go over there. So that does mean I'm gonna be without my blue buff from the start, but that's not really gonna slow me down. What's kind of interesting here is Vayne is going to give up first blood to their cheese. This is one of those things I always talk about. Do not be like these two. They give us no information. They are doing literally nothing. No one ever lost their tower within 2 minutes. These two are not going to be the first ones. So anyway, that is the setup. I am starting with Drain. Fiddle is one of the guys who actually benefited from the whole Runic Echo change. The thing is, since they boosted the AP you get from Celerity with the movement speed, not having that on the Runic Echo does kind of hurt. But what I'm trying to do, I don't do it early on, is you want to make sure you use your passive. So right now, before my spell comes up, I want to cast. If you notice, I lost 2 AP right there. It's more than that, I guess. Actually, yeah, that's right, Nami does give me AP. So right there you can see I get 13 from the passive. Sadly, it only lasts for like 2 seconds, but that still takes out a nice chunk of the... right here's the cheese. The enemy's HP bar. So one of the things I wanted to talk about here is, yeah, I'm taking a break for a while. This game is awful these days. It's in such a state of flux. Riot's giving the impression that they don't really know what they're doing. I may do a replay here and there, but yeah, it's really, really bad to play, and it's not getting better. That's just the gist of it. So right there I wanted to ping to them that, yeah, they stole it. Neither of you two kept guard. So that does delay my level 3. I have to go ahead and take the wolf camp for it. What's interesting here is I thought he took this, which is why I was in no rush to go over to Cade. I just want to get level 3, hope that this speed shrine expires, and then make my way top. But it was completely unfounded. That's still there. The bad part about Fiddle, though, is you are awful when it comes to taking the crabs. You'll see what I mean when I think I did take one just to try it, and then I saw how long it took, and I just said, yeah, I'm not doing this anymore. So anyway, in terms of lanes, you'll notice that Renekton is fairly low. Coming around, I'm trying to see, is the shrine here? Can I blast going over the wall? And I saw no shrine. I thought it timed out. I didn't know the crab was still there at the time. So right here I ping that I'm coming around, slice and dice in. He does the stun. I flash to CC so that she doesn't get her shot off, and I make sure that Renekton lives. So I end up getting the kill, but that's perfectly fine because that's literally all Renekton needed to snowball. So that's it. He does not need any more help. And the funny thing is, when I was playing with the Cade in the previous game, she was screaming like a banshee when that happened. I imagine she was probably doing it in a chat here. I really do feel bad for Shin. Now, for the bot lane, you'll notice they're doing the Heimer Yasuo thing, which isn't actually a thing. What's really funny is it actually could have been had Yasuo gone for Relic Shield to start with. Right here, Shin gets a double kill. Like, I'm running over here to see if I can do anything, but she has no sums, she has no spells, he has red buff, she's not getting out of that. So right here, this was stolen, and they're doing everything in their power to shut me down early. The thing is, if you've been on this channel long enough, you'll know Fiddle is my number 3 jungler. Even this much attention is not really going to stop me. So sorry if that comes as a bit of a spoiler for you guys, but like I said, if you've been on the channel for some time, you know that I really do know my way around Fiddle. He's easily my best AP jungler. Right here I was lagging out in case you're wondering, that's why I walked past it in the first place. So best case scenario is you can pin it into the wall and just keep draining it, but otherwise you have to walk alongside it and pound it. You can see I'm doing about 100 damage with every auto. Right there I got ripped off because it just went outside the edge of drain. Right there was one of those areas where you can pin it. Ripped off, man. Anyway, I smited that just so that I got out of the way, and then I can go back to clearing my jungle and gain the gold that I need. So I go for a different build here just for the sake of the game, and hopefully you'll see why when we get to that point. For the time being, just take the chicken camp. With the new... Actually, you can't see anymore. The new talisman, this is not actually a bad camp to take because you actually get scaling mana regen. Sadly, Fiddle stuff is still pretty damn expensive. It's just a little bit better than it used to be. In terms of skill order, we're going to be going WQE, that is the norm on Fiddle. Going to take the Gromp, then I'm looking to take Wolves and Recall. So if you want to see the go totals right here, Shin is up 500 over me due to the 2 kills he got bot, otherwise I did bridge the gap between the two of us. So this goes horribly wrong if I remember, I just want to see the finer points here. I forgot what it was that we saw him because... So right there he ulted, which was a tad premature. So right here he wants to wait for his ult to expire generally, but she screws up her net and down she goes. So what's really interesting is Renekton went for a serrated Dirk. Had they actually pressured him if Kate wasn't an idiot, that would probably be game over for him, but she screwed it up. So anyway, right here I have 700 gold, I want to go back. I'm going to buy an Amp Tome. Actually, that might just be it. So I thought there was a little bit more action up here, but I guess not. In case you're wondering, the first big play is going to involve the Fire Dragon, so wait for that. I don't think I mentioned it yet. Kate is running lethal tempo, which is kind of interesting. It's really, really bad for the lane, to be honest. Yes, she'll shoot really fast for a few seconds, but it takes a while for that to actually matter. And then, like, how is she gonna stay healthy? Like, to explain another thing, if you know she has no sustain here, Renekton doesn't because he hasn't gone back yet after killing her originally. Remember, he's sitting on about 1,300 gold. So, Kate is really playing this bad. So there goes half her health. You can see that her lethal tempo procced, and then he just diced to safety. She has no keystone, effectively. Anyway, right here I took the blue buff because I wasn't sure if they were going to try to steal it again and try to set me back some more. The downside to invading like that is that it screws up your buff timers to a certain degree. And there you go. So Talon was flipping out that he's running teleport when he meant to take ignite, but he rolls with the punches and actually does pretty damn well in my opinion. Anyway, right here, this is going to give me level 6. I was looking to try to gank bot after this with my Crowstorm. It's just, yeah, well, you saw what happened. I don't think I need to elaborate any further. So yeah, I'm trying to stay positive here, but I'm not really a fan of the game these days. Hoping after taking a break, maybe Riot will fix some of the stuff and it'll actually be playable again, but I'm not holding my breath. Anyway, I'm grabbing this as a denial. I wasn't sure if Shin was going to need the mana regen or not. For health, he should be fine normally. And right here is one of the things I wanted to see. So I'm not sure how they see me here. Because you know what's coming. Don't deny it. I'm level 6. Maybe he just got lucky there? I don't know. So anyway, he smites it and then it dies to the Crowstorm. I end up dying, but hey, my life for the Infernal Dragon is a bargain. One of the nice things about that is you have to remember Vayne is a hyper carry, and by giving her an AD multiplier, that makes her late game even scarier than normal. Like to the point of absurdity. I don't know if she got her true damage buff yet, which is unneeded in my opinion, but generally Riot says, I rarely check this myself, that she does a lot more physical damage than true damage, something like tenfold more. The exception being when you're in one of those gimmicky games where everyone's running a tank or something like that. Although I haven't really seen that for a couple of years now. So right there they did see Talon. Right now I'm just interested in farming up a bit. If you notice, I have all the components for the Runic Echo, I believe, except for the money, the recipe cost. So that's kind of what I'm going for, because once I get that, I'll have a little bit of extra CDR. I'll have the burst effect on my 100 charges of spells that will cause me to just clear faster. Like, I don't know when they changed it, but the Crow feels weaker than it used to be, but the cooldown is much shorter than I remember it being. Like, I was actually able to spam it at times. So right there, she dies under tower, down here. There was a bit of a chase. I was actually watching this while taking the wolves. I'm going to make an attempt to save the tower, but there's nothing I can really do. I don't have enough damage to kill them full health just yet, especially with no Runic Echo. That was a little heartbreaking since Vayne did all that work on him and ended up amounting to nothing. So right here I realize, yeah, I can fear him, but that's kind of it. Main thing is I want to make sure I move so I don't give up another kill. So I wasn't sure if they were going to loop around and try to counter jungle more, or what exactly they had planned, so I want to drop this ward here to see what angle they're coming from, stuff like that. Oh, this is beautiful. That's why I hate having Talon on the enemy team. Unless you have an immense amount of CC, you're not killing him. I don't know why they decided to give this Assassin's Path a 2-second cooldown. And then yes, he can only jump over a piece of terrain every 3 minutes or so, but depending on how the lane's going, unless you're like hard camping him, that's more than enough time for stuff to reset. It's also a little disappointing we can't see the timers for the terrain on Spectator Client. That I'd find to be a little interesting, but maybe someday. Anyway, right here I now have the Runic Echoes, I now have enough for Lucid Boots, so I now have even more CDR, I have the Summoner Spell CDR. In terms of gold, Shin is 1,000 ahead of me, and there's not really too much I can do about that since he kind of has run at the map to a certain degree. Like, if we run into each other, he should be able to beat me pretty soundly. It's not going to be until later that I actually have the damage to fight back. And then Talon's only really interested in going bot, and Caitlyn's keeping Renekton up top, so more often than not, I'm probably not going to have reinforcements. That's just something to keep in mind. So right here, I think I was looking at the bot lane. I saw, hey, they have a pink ward in that tri-brush. I can easily pick up 2 kills, that'll give me some gold that I need, it's going to buy some time while I wait for camps to respawn. Nothing can go wrong. Absolutely nothing. Not even should Shin happen to saunter down here thinking, hey, there's no tower, we can dive. Not even that. So they're going for the pink ward. I opt to punish. So right here I'm just waiting for my cooldowns. I was hoping to bounce the crow a bit. So you need to get inside his ult in order to hurt him. And I'm doing everything I can to help Vayne kite. And then he makes a poor life choice of trying to rush me. He was trying to do the 3 talent strike to interrupt my drain, which very much is a thing that he can do, it's just didn't pay off for him, and as a result I get 2 kills and 1 assist, I believe, and one of those was the big 600 gold shutdown. So if you remember, he was up over 1,000, now he's only up 900, and it's going to keep getting smaller and smaller. Next dragon is Wind, if you didn't see. I pinged it out here, I believe, or someone did. I don't know how to move that box. So slow, man. Anyway, 91 seconds on the Crowstorm. I have... Okay, we'll have to do this manually. So I have 10% from blue, 10 here, total of 30%, plus 5 from that one mastery, Cosmic Insight. So yeah, not too shabby. So in case you're wondering, the next item I wanted to go for was Banshee's Veil, because I was kind of afraid the Heimer and the Kennen stuns. The thing is, once Heimer completely proves himself to be worthless, I give up on that and just go into Twin Shadows, believe it or not. Now, the reason for that being is it gives me movement speed. You can see I have the component right here. Okay, I'm going for Zhonya's next, that's right. Thought I had that, but no. So Zhonya's is next so that I can always bolt in and do fiddle stuff. It's just the Twin Shadows I wanted to give a shot at and see what happens. So, waiting. So overall, I don't really care about the Yasuo. The Shin is the fed one, and by shutting him down, we're in a much better position. And you never know when your mid laner is going to show up and get you an assist, you know? So I wanted to get something off Heimer, but they killed him pretty damn quick. And now, keep in mind, I do not have blue buff here, so as a result, my drain is on a 2-second cooldown. I'm not very high in the AP department either, so let's see, the drain deals 250 for a second, we'll say. Okay, they actually do tell you, deals 1316. So the main reason why I want this is, you guessed it, celerity. So that's going to give you bonus out-of-combat speed, such as when you're channeling your ult, for example. You'll get your passive boost as well. And that's just going to turn into a big chunk of AP that you can catch people off guard with. So right there they did get a pair of towers, but that Wind Dragon is really, really needed. So right there I want him to kill the minion so I can move on to the other side of the jungle undetected. You can see my Crowstorm is coming up. I'm looking for a fight. Hey, there's Cade. So I had to burn Flash there because I was surrounded. There wasn't really much way for me to get out of that. But the funny part is, Yasuo decides to go in for some reason. If you remember, I feared him, so I get the assist. I don't remember what the range is on the Heimer turrets, because I know a lot of AD carries can actually poke them outside of range. Oh man, those poor SOVs. The Kennen they have to worry about, though. So, Scarecrow arrived, with the Crowstorm ready. So right here I'm wondering, if they come in, can we turn this around? Can we actually go all in on them? Stuff like that. In terms of gold, I have about 1200. Didn't know this was warded at the time, which is a tad unfortunate. Because this is coming up. In case you're wondering, yes, I'm going to eventually swap out to a sweeper. It's just, I'm in no rush at the moment. This is turned into a very skirmishy game, so the warding trinket is a lot more valuable for stuff like this. So anyway, that gives me enough for Zhonya's. It's 1315 based on the components I have here. So I can go ahead and get that, and that's pretty big power spike. So these are like the core items for Fiddle. Anything else you get from here is just like icing on the cake. Meanwhile, mid lane they get demolished. So this is a little heartbreaking. I was wondering, is Kay gonna keep pushing? She may try to split push. So I'm waiting here, see if she pops around, stuff like that. Can I see her? Because I can always sneak in a little bit closer and then channel my ult. So where did Kennen die? Oh, he's right there. It's hard to see him behind the terrain. So I actually will pull up Kennen once he gets back. Actually, we can do it here, can't we? So in case you're wondering, it is the W. Has a 59-point boost, so it's a 1/3 ratio. Might scale with rank of the move. Overall, I don't really recommend AD Kennen. If you saw the tree line video, I played him AP. He's pretty solid still. And I suspected this was warded just based on how they were moving. It's one of the reasons why I want to go get the trinket. The sweeper, that is. Next dragon's another wind one, in case you're wondering. So it's 6%? Oh, it's only 2%? This is getting annoying, man. Tripled out of combat, so yeah, it's 6. Anyway, things are quieting down a bit. They're giving me the proper respect. And since I can't do anything, I would just say, yeah, I'll go back to farming, get some gold, get some items, and then when we finally do force the fight, we'll be in a much better position overall. So right here, Nami catches the wave for us, no pun intended there. I was going to take it myself, but Vayne got here and I wanted to give it to her. Overall, she's doing a pretty good job. I mean, she is 6'6", yes, but she's beating the crap out of them when it comes to dueling, so you can't really argue with that. As for the Storm Razor, 180% damage, 10% movement speed, and it's 1 second between the various procs. So what's your attack speed at, Vayne? 1.7, okay. So you can see the remnants here. I was wondering, did they replace it? But they didn't. So unfortunately they see me here because I kind of wanted to wait around and see if Kennen would come up and ambush him that way. No luck. There goes Yasuo. Now in case you're wondering, we did draw the game out. We weren't in any rush to really end this. So there's the storm. But that's consumed when attacking structures? Maybe, I guess. So here's Kennen. Sadly, the Condemn doesn't work if he's on the portal thing. It still denies him his ult, so don't get me wrong, that wasn't entirely bad. Caw-caw! So right here I flash to get the Heimer. Sadly, I don't get the kill myself, those go to Vayne, but like I was saying, Vayne's doing a decent job, so I don't mind sharing the wealth. So right here we all move to body block the Vayne, because if your AD carry is good, actually reward them with stuff like that. I'm full health, I can heal. And then Yas kinda does that. So I give them Bird. If you notice, I'm pretty much out of mana. Thing is, I think they got the message at this point, so we can go ahead and back out. So watch my mana regen when we get into the jungle. It was 190, 196, 220, and that wasn't even that was before the Runic Echo proc. So is it 8% of missing or 25% of your missing mana? Wow. So right there, fear him, and remember, Shin is their Fed guy. You could argue Kennen too, but as long as I keep them out of the fight, all of that gold, all of their experience, everything they mustered does not mean a thing. Sadly, I didn't make it here in time to save Talon, and at this point you could probably argue Kennen's the fed one. Gold-wise, yeah, he's ahead. So Shin is only 500 ahead of me at this point, just slowly bridging the gap. And then keep in mind, part of the reason why I've bridged the gap is because we're getting towers. The thing is, he's not getting jungle farm anymore, so any gold he gets is because he's taking laner CS, which I'm actively avoiding doing. So that's where the gold numbers start to get a little hazy when you're trying to do a comparison. So I'm going to step over a pink ward right here, but luckily I'm looking here and I can see, yeah, I see that. Let's pick it off. Down here real quick. Didn't see what happened to Kennen, but he's not having that great a game either. So I can understand the Wit's End because it'll lower MR and in turn make his spells deal more damage. So close, Nami. Like, what's the Windwall gonna do to Talon? And the funny thing is, he ran to the most fed guy on our team. He would have literally been better off running to Talon, since he'd have a little bit more of a chance. So we're gonna have a quiet period here while we wait for them to get their backbone together and push out a bit. Another Wind Dragon up, it's just at this point, they're not coming back from this. A lot of people say there's still hope, power of friendship, yada yada yada, but the thing is, we have significantly better late game scaling, and they lost early game. So they literally have nothing to keep them in this game. But you're still going to have players that want to power forward because friendship and all that crap. I like to think the reason why they do that is because they're too stupid to understand what numbers mean. So right here I'm trying to do the auto attack move thing, but it wasn't working right.
Legendary.
And now I have Fiddle's box, I have him at Mastery 7, I don't really need to get a rank S as such, that's why I'm more than willing to dedicate stuff to my laners, and you'll see what I mean when we actually head over to the Dragon Pit. So here we're going to have a chase, just because, like I said, we've got this in the bag. Let's just screw around at this one. Yes, that was a one-shot crit. So here's a good one. Oops. No, get to her. Okay, there we go. So Ken's gonna turn around and make a stand. So I'm gonna fear this for Vayne. That way she doesn't take any damage, she can heal up more. You have to remember, she doesn't have any lifesteal at the moment, she's rushing Infinity Edge next. There are some Vayne builds where you can get a Blade Root King early. And then I'm gonna fear this for her. Ends up going to Renekton, but still, I made the effort. And I don't think I pointed out, but I have the Spooky Ghost now. I only end up using these once, in case you're wondering. So the movement speed gives me more AP than normal, it's CDR, and then it slows stuff. So right here we're waiting for the inhibitor to respawn. You can see they're trying to surrender, but I don't know if it's the bot lane, or Kate, or what exactly. They just killed my bird. So the ghosts have been unleashed. They were actually hiding in the tidal wave if you didn't see it. It's like the funniest part about doing that is if they sidestep the tidal wave, the ghost is going to turn and get them. They may think that they've dodged one thing, but they actually missed another. So right here we're actively stepping on the traps so that we don't give Kate anything to crit us off of, you know, headshots and stuff like that. You can see they almost got Vayne there. So right there I want to silence them so we can make our getaway. We don't have minions anymore, so we can't really afford to push. Vayne goes down. Keep in mind, yes, I do have Crowstorm, it's just the situation is not right yet. Talon's gonna go down here. I'm down taking the tower in case you're wondering. Boom! Isn't it funny when his own towers kill him? So if she came closer, I was going to ult over the wall. But then he showed up. So real quick, in terms of gold, I'm actually ahead of him now. And then remember, he's getting lane CS. I'm not. I'm only getting scraps of jungle because I'm actively giving stuff to Vayne. There is a Rumble game I could upload. That's a... Like, I don't know how much people would be interested in it, but that's a game where we actually do funnel. And in case you're wondering what that means, we have a Jhin. The Jhin proves that he's not an idiot, so we actually funnel as much gold into him as possible to get him to, like, 5 items at 25 minutes or something like that. And it's a stomp. That's all it comes down to. Like, I drop the equalizer and a corridor. The enemy would be slow, Jhin would just walk in there, pick them off like shooting fish in a barrel, and that's literally the game. And in case you're wondering, that's Rumble top, not Rumble jungle, just in case you're getting your hopes up. So now my objective is try to hit level 16 so I can get the rank 3 Crowstorm. Let's jump over here. Oh, Heimer has Gathering Storm too. That poor Yordle. He had it coming though. So they're going on Kennen. And now we saw the ward here with my sweeper, it's just we don't really care. Or maybe Nami did, I didn't really pay attention to her. Kate gives up her 8th kill. Yasuo goes down. And this is the end of the game. So not the most exciting of games. The main reason why I'm putting this out is just to say, yeah, I'm done for a while. I don't know where the players went if they're all taking breaks because of the way the game is now, but it's really unbearable. So there's your Fiddle replay. Not too much else to say here. I went over my runes in case you didn't catch them the first time around. It was Arcane Comet, Nimbus Cloak, Celerity, Gathering Storm, Perfect Timing, Cosmic Insight. So real quick, in terms of gold, I am... wow. So it was very close between me and Shin in the end, but 4-1-11 Fiddle. I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.